pointing the blame at who's responsible, now you're blaming the media or somebody else and claiming they're just too ignorant, they just made it up and probably just came up with those statements probably all by themselves. I just don't understand what's going on. Free mic.
My point was that the media doesn't hire people who are trained scientifically enough to actually interpret and a lot of times they get it wrong. They exaggerate, or they just actually just interpret it wrong and come out and make statements that are not consistent with what the scientists have actually published. I'll give you a kind of a personal example that doesn't have to do with scientific publishing, but it has to do with the media being kind of stupid when it comes to science. I worked at a nuclear power plant, and it was a small nuclear power plant, and it was right next to a coal plant. The two plants existed right next to each other, right along the river. They both had smokestacks. Because the nuclear plant was smaller than the coal plant, the people who came down to report on things every once in a while about the nuclear plant would photograph the coal plant because it was larger, and it must have been the nuclear plant in their mind. They never even thought to ask which one was the nuclear plant. So I used to watch the news, and they'd be talking about the nuclear plant that I worked at. Not the nuclear plant I worked at, that's the coal plant. Electric utility didn't point. Too busy laughing because the media wasn't smart enough to figure out which one was the nuclear plant.